You're so like, you can tell you went to boarding school, yeah. Because I don't know if there's a thing for you, but us, you say one little misstep with.
My mom does it.
Tiao. It's a nice thing.
Even as I was saying it, I know I'm getting the word wrong, but I can't figure out what the correction is. And I know people get what I'm saying.
So, you know, when you're out in public, you do it all of us a good service.
Dissatisfaction.
Dissatisfaction, thank you. The word
you looked at me and I was like, no,
he said it, and I'm saying at the camera like this. And I was like,
no, but you man should have corrected me.
No, I didn't want to interrupt. I didn't want to interrupt you. Was fighting your battle, bro.
You was fighting. I knew the word was wrong.
I'm not. You're my brother, bro. Like sometimes I know. Sometimes we can fight our own battles.
I heard it, and then I looked at T.
I did this.
So getting back to this. So the hold account internally and against the strategy. So from the BAFA, the governing body side, they will present the argument that they are meeting and progressing against the strategy via metrics or whatever, and people might push back and say that they're being. People will hold them to account. When they're being held to account, they'll present the argument that they're meeting or progressing against the strategy. That will be fed back to the people that are holding them account, and you have this cycle constantly going back, and hopefully people are happy. And then at the end of the period, they might reassess it and decide that they want to change that. But until that period, you basically just have this cycle. And I personally think this is quite good and quite professional. Like, it's essentially what you expect from a business. Like, even in my workplace, it's essentially when we got a new CEO, essentially what he did. Came in, assessed the landscape, stated that there's these problems. This is what we're going to look to achieve. This is what we're going to look to target. Like a business, in most cases, shareholder value. And he says, I am successful if I meet these things. If the share price starts going up, I can be successful. People might not agree with it. People might not like it. But this is what we have defined as important. If you want us to take on your points and actually look to address them, it has to be related to our overall strategy. If it's not, we understand it, but we can't do everything. So,
yeah, I'm with you. I think it is good and nice to kind of see. I think you're just gonna have to, or BAFA are just gonna have to ensure that it is very clear. And I know, like, the document does outline a bunch of stuff, but it's all corporate speak. Let's be completely honest. Just so it's corporate speak in terms of, and you do need to have something that's professional. But I think there is always there's always a disconnect in the corporate world between the stuff that they write down and things like this and how that actually translates to like a very specific action.
Because
right?
It's a lot easier to draw up something like that than it is to put it into practice.
Like what I presented here does a disservice to what the document.
No. This has nothing to But what I'm saying is, even with that document, because your corporate one, it will be a 50, 70, 100 page document. But what I'm saying is, when you have a goal like grow, what was it? Grow. If you go back one,
it's grow.
It's there's a specific goal.
Digital profile.
No, next one. Grow and develop communities. Yeah, they'll talk about what that means. But then, for a specific club, what is the growth that you are experiencing as a direct result of this goal? And how is that growth going to be quantified? Is it growth in number of people participating, that you're being supported by BAFA in doing it? Is it growth in resources available to you? Is it growth in exposure? Do you see what I'm saying?
I understand that.
And when you even say, let's say they want to say it's growth in exposure. What exactly is that?
Yeah, but my expectation and my imagination is, now you've got this document, they will come out with metrics to show that they
and sure,
if they don't do that, then it's a big issue.
I'm not doubting. I don't want to be. I don't even want to say I've seen BAFA do bad, therefore I'm going to wait. I believe, in what they're trying to do. I'm in a very positive mood right now. Like, I want it to be great. Because I think that the players and coaches that give their all on a consistent basis and have been for years deserve a national governing body that represents them to the maximum and is striving for excellence. I think that that's what's been missing. There's similar to kind of how you have teams Div 1 and Div 2 who are like, I'm happy where I am. I think there's been a lot of, we're good with what we are. we don't necessarily want more. But when I see stuff like commercial growth, that to me means money and sponsorships.
Bringing bread in,
bringing money to subsidize something for the teams that are, and
for the people who are paying.
That, I need to know how are these people benefiting. You see what I'm saying? So you're absolutely right. They will come out with metrics, and I'm really positive about it. But it has to be. You can't corporate jargon your way back out.
Yeah, but
because there's too many corporate people within this sport.
I know, and I know. Well, as you say, it's a corporate document, but like as I said, I've done the document this service by taking out a lot of the stuff. They do actually in each of these have like a dedicated page to explain.
Yeah, but
so Nelly, I get what you're saying, and there will be. I'm sure it's broken down, but I think what T is saying and what I agree with is that it's a lot easier to produce this than it is to actually follow through and make an impact on the coaches and players who are actually involved.
Implementation is always the most difficult thing.
Compared to what we just saw with Bristol, right? Where I've said, I know for a fact the money is in. The $7,000 that they're going to need, and I'm saying it's $7,000, maybe it's 8 if you're counting the Disney. The $7,000 is already partitioned. There's £1,000 ready for the club that comes first to say, we have all of our helmets. We've checked. Cool. Here's your money. That's already there. And then the moment you see that on the first Bristol home game, they've done their thing.
Yeah, but you know that because you're on the inside.
Yes, I know, and I understand it. But you from the outside will not have more faith until you get a confirmation that that team got a meal and got sent home on their way with £1,000 for showing up on time. Yeah, I'm saying this is all amazing. This is all great. But up until, and I have faith and I'm positive, but up until you actually see the action as an outsider, which we all are, I think it's difficult. It'll be difficult for more people to be like, yeah, this is definitely going to happen. No matter how nicely you write it out.
Some of the stuff that Bristol are proposing will be like, as a player and as a coach, you will notice it the first time it's being presented to you. I think I'm definitely speaking for myself when I say this, but I haven't noticed a lot of changes. Like there have been 3 BAFA presidents in the years that I've been playing or something like that. I haven't noticed significant changes as a player that has made it more favorable for me to play. Everything's got more expensive. Fair enough. Everything has in the world. But aside that, I won't say the coaching's been improved. I won't say anything logistically has improved. Like I can't necessarily point to anything that BAFA themselves have done that my coaches or the people running the team have done for me to make it seem like this is going to excite me. But if you're telling me that certain guys are going to turn up to a game, which we do, I can visualize myself showing up to a game, and you're telling me if I do what I already do, I'm going to get a bag. That's, for me, it's like, okay, I can look forward to the day that I'm going to play that game to get a result. Okay. And if I don't get the result on that day, then I know that this was all a sham. Exactly.
They was just talking.
Okay, I understand that.
So that's all it is. I'm not trying.
But what you've even explained is that they can sell us this, they can try their hardest, and they can get to a point where we're going to change this narrative if we haven't delivered.
But that's life generally. That's why.
Which is why a lot of us are not going to get excited until we actually see stuff.
I'm not saying to get.
He's like, we've had experiences in the past, and what he's saying is like we're traumatized by traumatized is strong. But I think it's a lack of faith in change. We see something,
and I think all of those things are valid, and I think that they're true. My point is that, like, yes, that is the valid status to be in, but even in just presenting this and the way it is well thought out, suggests that there is a willingness to give them, okay, cool. You've stated this is what you're looking to present.
Is there someone else in your house?
No. You're stating that this is what you're looking to present.
You heard that, right?
Yeah, I did. Don't worry.
You stated that this is what you're looking to present. It's clearly thought out. You're presenting it to the entire populace, and like, this is what you are to be held to account to. Now, if the entire populace are saying that it's rubbish or not worthwhile, fine. I don't think that's going to be the case. Fine. But before now, even this bare minimum for a large organization, you should be able to state that this is what I am looking to progress towards, and this is how I'm going to do it. And to my knowledge, whether it's been written like small, it hasn't been outwardly put out there from an organization as large as BAFA, which is bare minimum as a professional thing. And businesses do it, companies do it because they require.
Is BAFA that big though?
It's big in the sense that it is running the entire Britball.
We're a super niche sport. I think I'll be honest with you. I think I just don't agree with you that something like this hasn't come out before. That's probably
you know what? That's probably what it is. I've probably seen something like this.
Anyone can provide it.
And you know what? We'll do that after the podcast. I'll go on my bike and start doing my research. But there's no way for any business, right, or any organization. We've been through in our time playing 3 presidents.
What 3? I thought we had 2.
We've
CEOs.
had 3, bro. We're on our 3rd.
Chad. Yeah. Pete Ackley.
What sports?
Huh?
And who was the one before Pete?
I can't remember his name. But
so what was it? It was tennis and badminton.
I can't remember the guy's name, but I know it's 3. This is our 3rd
cricket.
No, that's Cricket Pete.
That's Pete. To my understanding, that's the first CEO we had.
We got 3.
No, but there was a BAFA president before that.
Oh yeah, I don't know who that was. But
that's what I'm saying.
When they converted the role into a CEO before whatever.
Yeah, but where we've been playing and there's been leadership and it's been
leadership is it all comes down to leadership.
Numbers. So, but once again, I'm super positive about this, and I do like the way it's been presented. I want to say Rory is a big part of like the visual representation of BAFA.
Yeah, he does an excellent job.
So shout out Rory.
Sorry, when you look at that, what was it? 5 points?
Yeah.
I saw the online profile and I was like, all right, cool. That's being dealt with. That's something I can see.
Yeah,
and I know who's doing it.
This is also still Rory though. I think.
I won't doubt. I don't doubt it would be.
I get what you're saying. That's one thing that
I can see it. I can see it. And I like it.
2023 BAFA socials versus 2025 BAFA socials. Oh my gosh.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like, yes, this is where we're at. But it's that social media presence is not the big cojones anymore.
Yeah, it's not very tangible other than like what the kids are probably using to gas themselves up and stuff.
No, fair. Well, we'll see how they do it and how it ends up pushing across. One other thing I wanted to highlight from that BAFA thing. So this is the participation pyramid in which they're trying to get depth of participation. It's interesting. It's far more detailed. And the reason I highlighted it specifically is on episode 1 of the stance, we had an approximation as to what we thought the pyramid is. So it's interesting looking at this. And they've basically split into flag and contact. And they've got youth, regional youth, group under 17 and under 19 performance, which I assume that's the academy which they've announced. That's what that is. Then they've got the Bucks mixed lead, women's mixed adult.
This is like the first hurdle though.
What?
Like they moved. Is this the current? This is not the future plan. This is the current. Even though they put women's coming.
I think this is part of their vision. So this is part of what they are going to restructure it as to be if it's not what it is now.
So there's no one more under 19 performance. There's no more under 17.
So maybe it's the current. But this is essentially what it's going to be like. And I highlight it here because it's basically to compare it to what we had back in F1. So this is the BAFA pyramid that we presented back in F1, where it's basically youth, junior ball, uni ball, adult ball, and national program, which is essentially what I feel like this previous one shows. Like, I think wheelchair, but that's part of the inclusive offer that they're trying to add into. And I think that what their challenge is going to be is because I felt that this is the reality, and with the hidden bit being Europe, basically. I thought this is the reality, and the challenge they're going to have is, although presenting, or like you guys say, corporate speech, that pyramid that way, is for the reality to not end up like this, where you have disjointed, essentially, things that are all on a similar level that people basically do not see the connection between, and then the national program, which is youth and junior ball, uni ball, adult ball, as like 3 separate entities that don't actually feed into each other into the national program.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see if they're able to make that happen. But they're highlighting that this sort of collaboration is important to them. So let's see. Cool. So and that's pretty much everything we've got for you today. Like, I hope you've enjoyed the content. I hope you've enjoyed what we presented, going through a lot of the British landscape, even a little bit venturing beyond the seas. So what we'll do is we'll have our last little outro, have the people say bye, and then we'll cut it out. So let's start off with our special guest star today, Josh. Superstar.
Yeah, I'm still out in Loughborough, joining these guys with OTAs and everything. So I've enjoyed today, man. It's been fun.
Glad to have you down, man.
Different things. So, I mean, you guys know where I'll be if you need anything or what it is. So chilling, man, chilling.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. All right, Junior.
Junior, leaving here, going Coventry OTAs. There's one in January. Come through. Everyone's welcome. Whether you want to play for us or not, like it's just good having a number of people on a field all competing. So that's fun. Calm down, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you again. Merry Christmas, everybody. Hope you have a good time. Well, might be Happy New
Merry
Year.
Christmas. Happy New Year.
Might be Merry February.
I want to go Christmas market after this, man.
Yeah, shouts out. But yeah, no, looking forward to just the rest of the season and what all of this looks like.
Wonderful. And yeah, thank you all. Thank you all for those who stuck it around, watched the entire show, entire episode. Hope you've enjoyed the content we provided, the people we've got down, the perspective and the stances we provided today. And yeah, if you get an opportunity and you played in the Prem, do that vote. Look to decide who your best Britball player is. Let's get this content out. And until the next one, have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And as T said, maybe even Happy February. Depends on when we get this out. But
Happy February,
we'll be back. We'll be back with you. So
like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe.
Peace. Thank you.